Ever wondered how we went from actually talking to each other to sending stupid corporate emojis while sitting in the same room? I mean, we can't even manage to say hello to someone. We just send them a wavy hand emoji over Snapchat. Well, I'm about to tell you. So watch this video. I promise it's more interesting than I make it sound. And if it's not, just lie to me. So, before we get all lazy with our thumbs, let's rewind back a few years. Thousands of years ago, when phones were just rocks, and your most advanced app was fire, humans were drawing emojis on cave walls. I mean mammoths, and like other prehistoric crap. They used this as a way of communicating, mostly because cavemen didn't have GCSEs, and therefore didn't know how to speak fluent English, or even grunt properly. And overall, it's just more efficient. Instead of screaming, "I just killed a mammoth!" just show them your sexy wall doodle. They drew the first emojis, with rocks, on rocks. Incredible. We peaked too soon. Imagine risking your life fighting a 12-ton murder pig just to come home and draw it on the wall for likes. They were the original Instagram influencers. If only they had a ring light. Anyway, let's fast forward before we get hunted by copyright lawyers. The ancient Sumerians had a big brain moment and said, drawing's fun and all, but we need receipts. So they invented writing. Not to tell stories or record wisdoms. Nah. Taxes. First written message in history.
Oi Dave, you owe me 3 goats and your wife, or I burn down your mud hut.
Honestly, not much has changed. We've just swapped goats for direct debits and mud huts for overpriced flats. The tablet drawings are like ancient spreadsheets, keeping track of grain, livestock, and how close they were to starting a cult out of a tax rage. This is all becoming way too relatable. Then, Egypt showed up and said, Sumerians, that's cute, watch this. They dropped hieroglyphics like it was an ex-iOS update. Why write boring sentences when you can draw a cat getting into a drunken brawl with a falcon god over an eyeball fetish? It was emoji fanfic but made religious. Ancient Tinder chats written in sandstone. Honestly, we've gone backwards. Hieroglyphics walked, so emojis could sprint face first into cultural regression. Look, I just translated this one here, and weirdly enough, it says, like and subscribe. Must be a coincidence. They also built pyramids and cured hangovers with crocodiles, but I couldn't be asked to research that. Next up, the printing press. Some guy called Gutenberg, who may or may not be a cheese, decided carving into stone was a bit medieval, so he started mass producing books. Paper books, with pages. This changed everything. This was the reason we got Shakespeare, but also why we ended up with Twilight and 50 Shades of Regret. Cheers, Gutenberg. Books for the masses meant you didn't need to be royalty to learn things like maths, how to read, or how to insult people in Latin. People started reading for fun. Can you imagine the chaos? Nerds everywhere. Then came the Telegraph. Samuel Morse, a man who definitely had too much free time, decided it was a great idea to communicate using dots and dashes. Morse code. The original drunk text. It was groundbreaking, but also sounded like a Victorian beatboxing competition. Just a few years later, along came Alexander Graham Bell. Man said, texting is dead, I want to yell at people in real time. And thus, the telephone was born. The world literally changed overnight. You can now call someone across the country to tell them you're sad, or worse, that you're selling car insurance. We're almost modern now. It's 1999, and a Japanese legend, I'd butcher his name so I'm not going to try it, created the first batch of emojis, 176 icons, including the poop emoji. Bless him, this genius decided, talking is a bit much, let's just send pictures again. Full circle, the prophecy was fulfilled, and it worked. Now if you're hungry, just send a pizza emoji. If you're horny, send, well, you know which one that is. We traded full emotional sentences for eggplants and tears of joy. Aliens are watching us like it's a reality TV show they regret subscribing to. Eventually, because of course they did, Unicode stepped in to make sure emojis looked the same on every device, because we couldn't risk sending the wrong aubergine. And that's pretty much 40,000 years of communication, boiled down into a history lesson, taught by someone who gets nosebleeds reading subtitles. Turns out the cavemen had it right all along. Draw pictures, grunt occasionally, and die dramatically. Timeless. What's next? Telepathic TikTok? Probably. Anyway, like and subscribe, or I'll personally learn Morse code just to roast you in beeps. Didn't subscribe? Fine. I'll send the Sumerians after you with an invoice for 7 goats and 1 flaming tablet.